Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Mal and I'm the owner and maker of Made by MANIANDMAL. In today's tutorial, we're going to be doing another manicure inspired tumbler tutorial. I know I'm coming heavy with the Pinterest inspired tutorials, but I just went on a little pinning spree recently and I was so inspired. So we're going to be doing a cup inspired by this manicure here. I just love the clean, crisp colors. I love hot pink. You guys know how I feel about pink. And I love Dalmatian print too. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is what we're doing. Everything I'm using is linked down below in the description box, as well as links to all of our social media pages, our Facebook group, Patreon group, and of course, I've got some discount codes down there for you as well. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well if you are not already subscribed to my channel. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you like the video. Let's go! We're starting with a fully prepped 20-ounce stubby from Craft Haven, of course, and I'm going to base paint it using flat white from Rustoleum. I'm going to let this dry about 45 minutes and then I'm going to jump right into my first coat of epoxy. I'm mixing up about 25 to 30 milliliters of a little extra ink epoxy, and I'm going to add some pigment powders into that epoxy to give our cup a really nice shimmery finish. So I'm taking fairy dust from PDB. You can see I'm using pretty hefty scoops here. I really want this to provide a lot of shimmer and shine to my cup, and so I'm using quite a bit. The next pigment powder I'm going to add into the same cup of epoxy is called Space Nick. It's also from PDB. It's a little bit of a bigger cut and it is just absolutely gorgeous. So once I had those mixed together, I applied this to my cup. I didn't end up using the entire 30 milliliters. I maybe used 20, maybe a little bit more than 20, but I didn't want to do a super thick coat on here. Just wanted to make sure that I had really smooth, even coverage, especially because we're using micas. You will be able to see any of the movement or anything that this has. Also, these would look really good on a black base, I noticed after I had it on my glove. So I hit this really well with my torch and then I let it spin for a full 12 hours before I was ready to go right into my design work. I'm only doing one coat of epoxy before I go into all of my next details. You can see the epoxy repelled from the top rim a little bit. That is totally normal. It's okay. It's natural. It's going to happen pretty much no matter what you do. So don't worry about that. So for our design elements, we're going to use our Dalmatian spots, our pink stripe down the middle, some gold stripe detailing later, and then I'm going to use Valley Girl from PDB as our hot pink glitter portion. So I'm starting with our soft pink stripe here. I'm just using a light pink vinyl from Oracal 651, and this is a 1.5 inch wide stripe. So I initially was going to just leave the vinyl as is and just have it be like a non-glittered portion of the cup. But then at the very end, I decided that I wanted to glitter it. So this application really doesn't matter. You can use vinyl if you want to use that as a base, or if you want to just tape this off and paint it, you can do that as well. Me deciding to glitter it was just a total game time decision, basically. So once I had that piece of vinyl on the cup, I'm going to tape off half of my cup. But as you can see, I taped off right down the middle of that vinyl stripe because the detail we're going to add next are our Dalmatian stripes. And I want the glittered half of the cup, we're going to glitter the other side, I want that to be actually half of the cup, if that makes sense. So the pink stripe and the Dalmatian are together going to make up the other half of the cup. So I'm going to tape right over that other half of the pink vinyl, and now we've got a little less than half our cup taped off. So now we can apply our Dalmatian spots to this little section. So I'm going to apply my transfer tape and cut back a little piece of that backing and adhere the transfer tape to this edge of tape here, and then just slowly push back the backing just how you would apply like a vinyl wrap to the cup. And there are going to be some spots that obviously don't fit on the cup. The section of Dalmatian spots that I cut out was a little bit bigger than the size of the cup, so I'm just going to peel up this transfer tape and then place those spots wherever I see a little gap in my section. I did end up going back as well and cutting out some more spots to put on the very bottom of the cup just to complete the flow from the side down to the bottom. So I'm going to trim off the sides of the Dalmatian spots if there were any that overlap the tape. And now we're ready to tape off the other half of the cup and apply our hot pink glitter. So I'm just taking new tape. You can absolutely reuse your old tape. I just always instinctively crumple it up and then I'm like, why did I do that? I should have reused it. But anyway, I'm taping down some new tape on this half of the cup, and I'm using hot pink paint from Pop of Color Paints. You can use acrylic, spray paint, whatever you like. Of course, as I always say, use whatever you have. It will be okay. So I'm going to do a nice coat of this as a base and then go right in with my glitter. This is Valley Girl from PDB. It is the perfect neon pink. I am obsessed with it. It's the perfect summer color. If you're stocking up on summer colors now, I would add Valley Girl to your cart immediately before I buy it all. So I'm just going to make sure I have really, really good coverage on here, shake off any excess, tap off any excess, and then I'm going to let this dry about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to go in and seal it with my Crystalac glitter glue. I put way too much glitter glue on here. I just went like happy with my little squirt bottle there. You do not need that much glitter glue. I ended up wasting so much of it, so don't do what I did. So once the glitter glue was dry, I waited the full 2 hours. I pulled off all of my tape, and now I'm going to go right in with my stripe detailing here. I'm using champagne gold textured metallic vinyl from Tech Wrap Craft. This is my top favorite vinyl. I think I'm obsessed with it. It has a texture to it, so you can place it over other vinyl or a surface that's not completely 100% smooth, and you won't even be able to tell because of the texture and thickness of the vinyl. So I'm just going to save a step here and go right in with this vinyl striping. I'm applying it right up against the edge of my rough glitter, so it's really just going over the Dalmatian spots. And then I'm going to cut off the excess, and I am going to bring this all the way around the bottom of my cup. I'm doing kind of a unique bottom finishing for me. Usually I would just make the bottom one solid color, but I thought that I would do something a little different and just continue this design all the way around to the bottom. I'm putting another vinyl stripe in between the soft pink vinyl and the hot pink glitter. Again, just putting it right up against the edge of my rough glitter and continuing it down to the bottom of the cup. The last stripe I'm adding is in between the Dalmatian spots and the soft pink vinyl. I'm just going to put this right in the middle of those two, and again I'm going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. And now this is the point where I kind of started to consider glittering this area, and I wanted to leave this entire process in the video just to show that you can change your mind, you can change whatever you want as you go. My initial intention for this cup was to leave this part just plain, no glitter, and then as I was looking at it, starting to think, I changed my mind and the cup still turned out really, really beautiful, I think. So I wanted to leave this in just so you can see the whole process and just kind of show you how I ended up with the final design of this cup. So now I've got this triangle on the bottom of my cup, and I don't know what I was thinking when I trimmed my vinyl off, but I took another little piece of that same exact soft pink vinyl and I'm placing it in that blank spot. I'm using my heat gun to kind of get it down in there, heat it up, and I'm just kind of going to piece this together. Basically, I'm going to use my knife and those vinyl lines that we just placed down as my guide to trim off any of this excess. And this little patchwork job that I did here on the bottom is what really convinced me that I should absolutely glitter this, because while this looks okay, I wasn't super satisfied with how those two pieces of vinyl met together right there at that bottom rim. This is what the cup looks like at this point. You could totally stop here and it would probably be fine, but I'm going to go in and glitter this soft pink section. I'm taking Grace from PDB, which is a soft pink with a little bit of a like coral touch to it. And I'm going to add a little bit of Nookie from Peachy Olive Glitters. This is about a 50-50 ratio, and I'm going to mix those together and then go in with my Crystalac glitter glue. I'm going to tape this off because this is kind of an impromptu glittering. I'm just going to tape right over my champagne vinyl, taping right over everything, and I'm just going to use the soft pink vinyl as a base. I'm also taping off the bottom. This whole triangle area down here, of course, is going to get glittered and covered right up. So here I go in with that glitter glue, and I'm doing a pretty thin layer here, just making sure I've got pretty good even coverage, and then I'm going to go in with the glitter. So once I've got the glitter on there, I'm going to peel back all of my tape very carefully, and this is what the cup looks like now. I actually really love this. I sprayed this with a coat of matte clear spray paint to seal in that light pink glitter, and once that dried, I went in with my final coats of epoxy. This first coat over the glitter was about 30 milliliters of a little extra ink epoxy, and the final coat was only about 15. So once that was all cured, this cup is all finished. I really love how this turned out. I did deviate a little bit from the original Manicure design, but I really like how it turned out regardless. I hope that you did as well. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and if you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye. I just love this. It's like, I love it. I just love it. Everything I'm linked. I hope you liked the video. Let's go. Stupid. Dummy. Okay.